Dude, what's going on? How are you?
Very good, dude. We're staying crazy busy out here. I feel like it never ends.
Where are you currently?
I am in my house.
Oh, great. That's a good place to be.
Thank fucking God. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've at this whole year I've been somewhere else. Like, oh yeah, now we're in freaking Germany. Now we're in I don't know. We're on this other tour. I'm just like, wow, we finally have 2 weeks off. This is gonna be so great.
Yeah, that's nice.
There's definitely worse problems to have, though.
I guess so. I mean, I can't deny it.
I only give you a
sick,
little
but
bit of sympathy, but not much.
hey, listen, when you're away from your friends and family for like a month, sometimes that's when you start to be like, damn, I gotta get back
Why
home.
did I choose to do this?
Yeah, like swear to God, it's great though. It's great.
Hell yeah.
It must be crazy, like after the 2 years of basically like musicians not getting able to work, it finally comes back. But it's come back for you guys in like such a hectic way. Lorna Shore is just absolutely blown up, man. Like, congratulations.
Dude.
You guys you're smashing it.
Thank you, man. I feel like it's literally been a marathon. You know what I mean? It hasn't ended so far. I'm still running in it. We got one more tour and then we're off for like freaking 3 months. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
You guys must just like it must be hard as well though, because you gotta sort of once you get on that roller coaster and things start to take off, you're just gonna be like, no, fuck it. Let's just go as hard as we can. Because opportunities just don't come, that massively anymore.
I mean, not only that, like people's attention spans and shit, they go so fast. I don't know if it's because of social media, because of, what, but like if you're not always trying to do something to stay relevant, like people forget about you so fast. So we're just like, that's partly why we've just been grinding like crazy. Like the iron's hot. So we're gonna, iron our shit. But
That's the same. Yeah. The iron's hot.
that's it. That's how it is now. Hell yeah.
So
Will Ramos, there you go.
That's the quote right there. Off the back of that, you guys have been like so damn consistent with both releasing music and content. Like you've got obviously the upcoming release, which hasn't dropped yet. I don't think when we release this. Well, it depends on when we release this. But who knows? Is there pressure on you guys with that of like scheduling that out and being like, okay, cool, like you paying into the attention span? Hey, you know what? We've got to get this and we need to keep them talking. So 4 weeks later, we release this. Or is it just as the label suggests, as you guys want to do it? What's the process behind that?
Well, we definitely want to keep some kind of hype going on. If you just gave everything to everybody all at once, sometimes it doesn't hit as impactfully as you want it to. So that's why we try to like these, especially like the Pain trilogy that like just came out. Like the first one, we waited a couple weeks, and then the second one came out, and now we're gonna wait a couple more weeks. We're at the part where the third one's about to come out, and then I think that a couple, literally like, what's today's date? The 10th, dude. The album's gonna be out in like 4 days.
That's wild,
crazy, man.
Wow. You know what I mean? We want to somehow space out everything this way. Everyone fully gets that chance to be like, all right, what's next? You know what I mean? Like if you read comic books or some shit, it's exciting almost when they end one. You're just like, oh my God, what's the next one going to be? So that's the Pain trilogy. That's what the Pain trilogy, yeah.
Cliffhangers, they call those in the biz, I think.
We like cliffhangers.
Dude, and on the Pain Remains trilogy, the way that you ended it, like each section is so abrupt, and I don't think anyone expected that. It's something so cool and so different, and especially in the deathcore sort of realm. How do you guys sort of keep it fresh with all of these ideas? You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, like the deathcore metalcore crowds can become quite militant and like they only want a certain thing a certain way, but you guys have managed to bring this whole new group of like people in that are loving what you're doing, and it's so heavy, and it's just become hugely accessible for some reason.
I think it has to do with just all the different aspects that everybody brings into the band. Everybody we want at the end of the day, we want to put out music that we would want to hear, and that's something that Adam says all the freaking time. And honestly, I completely agree with that. I love sad music. That's what gets me going. I love that shit. You know what I mean? You sit in your car and you just cry sometimes. You just play something super loud and you yell it. You're like, ah. But we also like, that's like, I try and bring those lyrics in when it comes to that. And people really can connect to those kind of things. And then we got Adam, who's just writing like insane again, the guitar that he wants, which is like, we were talking about putting out like a 3-part album, or the 3-part, trilogy. We weren't even sure how that was going to work out, but we ended up somehow making it cohesive. I don't know. And then we got literally everybody put their little part into it. And I feel like we didn't have anything in mind. We just wanted to put out music again that we wanted to hear another band do. And I think, it's working out so far. We're trying to stay as organic as we can.
Yeah, hell yeah. It is something like that, touching what you just said, Johnny. The scope of what you're putting out, you can see there's a lot of thought being put into it, but there also seems to be like a genuine passion. It's not just been like, okay, this is the next thing that's going to like tick the boxes. Like, you're not necessarily sticking in one lane. You're being creative and having fun with it, which I think is translating really well for the crowds. And like, I wasn't a deathcore guy at all. Like, I think before we actually checked out the first video we watched from you guys, I was like, yeah, this is not my genre. And afterwards, I like, through listening more and more, it's converted me. So well done to you. Very impressive.
Thank you, dude. Dude, we hear a lot of people that say that stuff. I don't even know where the hell it comes from. I don't know what draws you guys in, but we're just gonna keep doing it. I feel like we do a little movie, almost like with the whole orchestra and stuff. You ever watch like a Lord of the Rings or something? There's like a crazy battle going on. Yeah, there's a crazy, insane fucking battle, and then there's the music going on in the background that just like, it makes you feel even crazier watching it. You don't even listen to that kind of music, but it gives you a certain feeling. And I think that when we try and put that in our music, you don't even realize that you're like, wow, I kind of like this. I don't know why, but then it almost sounds like, if you even really pay attention to the orchestra, it sounds like a movie score,
Yeah, 100%. It really does. And like, you kind of answered the question that I wanted to ask as well, because I was just like, what do you think it is about Lorna Shore, and what do you think it is now about Lorna Shore with you and what you guys are releasing that is converting new fans? What do you think it is in your music that is opening them up to see this as more than just a death metal band or a deathcore band or something like that?
I just think that maybe it's like, we're digestible. There's a lot of like really insane deathcore that's like obviously amazing. People that are putting it together are really talented at what they're doing, but it's not necessarily structured like how you would structure like a pop song or something like that. Now when you listen to the chorus the second or third time, you kind of know what the lyrics are for these certain parts. We don't see a lot of that in like the deathcore community. I don't know. There's no one particular thing that brings people in. So
well, that's a huge thing as well, because like you said, like people being able to grab the chorus and things like that the second time around. And the reason that I want to bring that up is because one of your issues with a lot of deathcore bands was not, being unintelligible lyrics. Is that something that you're really conscious of as a vocalist, to still keep that aggressive tone, but like then like, I want people to know what the fuck I'm saying?
Honestly, I do it by accident. I kind of hate it. Like I always try to figure out when I was younger. I was like, dude, everybody when they do vocals, they sound insane. I don't sound insane. Well, and then I realized it was just because. But see, this is where I'm at in my mind. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not even that cool. And then I realized it was just because I enunciate a lot of my words, and so when I do covers of other people's songs, like I can nail those parts. But then every time I try and make something for myself, it just comes out exactly the way it came out, where you could totally kind of understand the lyrics, as opposed to those songs where it's just like the whole song.
I've heard that song before, actually. Yeah.
See, I bet you have.
That was a big thing, though. When like literally the first time we checked out from you guys, I paused. I was like, I understand what just happened. Like that was, and that's credit to you, man, because that was something, as I said, like that wasn't a genre that necessarily I was like listening to actively before. But again, that's the pleasure of this channel, is that it's kind of introducing us and other people to so many new things. Off the back of that, how I feel like you guys have had the world of reactors and creators helping share your journey a fair bit, because like we've seen how many videos have gone up. Can you talk about that experience? Like that's something that wouldn't have happened 5 years ago. Is it a different thing to be in that world now and have this like different marketing channel to sort of like utilize?
I think it's incredible because ever since COVID hit, I mean, obviously it was bad in a lot of ways, but it also helped boost us in somewhat, like through whatever means that it worked out. We got a lot more people who started making reaction channels. That wasn't really a thing. Like there were a couple people that did it, but then when COVID hit, everyone started to find that time to be home and like do those things. And then that just so happened to be the same exact time, coincidentally, that we were putting out the EP, and you know, one thing piggybacked off of another thing. And you know, now there aren't as many reaction channels because, you know, there's people just started to be like, all right, well, I'm not gonna, you know,
It's a lot
I'm
of
not going to, it's not working out. It's a lot of work, you know, it definitely. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. But because I think we just had so many reaction channels, and that was just such a weighted on, everybody wanted to know what was going to happen, the next step of Lorna, you know, and I wanted to know, honestly. So when the reaction channel started coming out, people started, they had their answer, and they were able to share how they felt about it. And that was cool because it almost brought like a whole new community into the metal world that like you kind of thought died out. And now you're just like, oh my God, look at all these people. Like everyone's still out here jamming this stuff. And I met so many people actually through a lot of these reaction videos. I've watched so many of them, and a lot of them are freaking hilarious. There's one with the rap, Pastor Rob. Oh, he hated To the Hellfire. He loved it, and then he found out that he hated it when he was doing the lyrics.
He's the dude that does it with
he
does it with his son, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen his. Yeah.
Surely
like,
their Pastor Rob gives that away.
They're very, very, very Christian.
Militant Christians.
So
I mean, I don't blame him. It's cool, but the song is literally called "To the Hellfire." Like, you know what you're getting yourself into.
Exactly. Yeah.
He kind of, like I said, he kind of liked it, and then he was like, "All right, let's go through the lyrics line by line." And I'm just sitting there, just like my hand, holding my hand, just like Jesus fucking Christ.
Here we go again.
I should have done a reaction video to the reaction video because I was dying watching the entire thing. I thought it was great, but again, the community is there, and I'm seeing it, and I feel like it's stronger than it's ever been.
Yeah, that's it, man. Like it's not that's the thing about reaction channels. Like not everyone's gonna like everything, and I think as long as like they have reasons, like legitimate reasons for saying this ain't my bag, rather than just sort of shitting on it, it's a totally different sort of approach to it. But you touched on you want to know what happens next with Lorna Shore. You're obviously a dude that's got a lot of different influences. Is it kind of hard with a band that sounds like Lorna Shore to drip feed some of those influences in and knowing when and where to put them in? Because obviously the first part of the trilogy was so different with that huge melodic aspect. How do you go about that?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I'm still figuring that out myself. Trying to be super angry, but you know, have those parts where it touches you. You know what I mean? Like the chorus of the first part of the Pain trilogy is like, you could tell it's like about love, and you don't really see a lot of that in again in our genre like at all. But those are the kind of things that I like, and I was like, you know what? As long as it sounds cool and it's a good song, like again, it doesn't have to sound like what anybody else makes their music to be. As long as it's what I wanted to hear another band do, then I'm fine putting that out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I come from a very metalcore background, so I used to listen to a lot of metalcore. I was more of a metalcore vocalist before, and then I started to venture into like deathcore and stuff. So a lot of it, they don't really touch upon stuff in metalcore or in deathcore like they do in metalcore. I just wanted to bring it in and make sure that it sounded good, and that's what matters at the end of the day.
But
and
also,
I think that's why it's one of my favorite songs, honestly.
But also, like people can see that it's genuine, and that's a huge thing with heavy music. People just want to feel like it's real and it's not put on, like that you're not just screaming for the sake of it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I'm a big fan of sad music. I was telling you before, I love that. You get sad, you hear things on the radio, and you're like, wow, all these songs are so good.
Yeah.
Why?
What's your
because they're all
sad music? What's your like
Sleep Token?
Oh yeah, so good.
Yeah.
So damn
so you
good.
know,
yeah, it hits you right here every time.
Yes, dude.
That voice, man, it's haunting. It's haunting.
It
gets
haunting.
right into your ears and down into here, and you just feel everything. Ugh.
I love it. And we played with them in Bloodstock, or we were supposed to, but we played on a different day than they did. And apparently they asked me to do guest vocals, but I couldn't do it because we were on another festival. And the day that I got to Bloodstock, they were already gone at another festival. And I was just like, wow, I'm literally crying on the inside.
They've done it again. They've made you cry yet again.
Hey, I'm sure you'll get the opportunity to do it again, man.
I hope so.
So
but that's my definitely go-to sad music.
Yeah, nice.
What about, I'm going to interrupt you, just on the
go
train
for
of thought with that, but have you got, like, what's one thing you're listening to right now that you think people wouldn't expect?
Uh,
Because I'm
I
always
mean,
so
I listen to a
fascinated
lot
by
of
what people
indie
listen to.
music. I
Oh,
listen to,
hit me.
indie music.
I love indie music too.
like-
Hit me. What are you working with?
Well, I already know you guys are obviously Australian. I mean,
We are, yeah, quite.
This is an Australian channel.
Yeah.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Oh, I've never got into them.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I've never got into them.
King Gizzard and
No,
Lizard Wizard.
I've heard of them. I haven't listened to them. But hey, if you recommend, I'll go give them a play.
Oh, dude, they are sick, and they're Australian. So in my mind, I'm like, you're a band from Australia. You already got plus 10 points in my mind, and they're fantastic. They give me like modern day like Beatles vibes. It's like psychedelic rock, but they do weird shit that you're just like.
They've got so many albums too.
Yeah, but then they went like down that thrash metal thing. They released a couple of albums that sounded like Metallica and Slayer. It was just like, whoa, all right.
Good for them.
Crazy
what they want to do.
So many different things. I don't know how they get away with it. But again, it's just one of those bands where like they don't care what anybody thinks about them. They just put out what feels organic, and you either get down with it or you don't. And their following is like cult style.
I feel like
you love them if you like them.
Yeah.
If you call your band King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, you don't give a fuck what people think. You're just like, well, you're on board straight away or you're not.
Exactly.
I like that.
It's sick as fuck.
All right, well, we'll add that to the listen to playlist. King Gizzard.
Throw it on there.
Yeah, check it out. So you mentioned you love Australian bands. I get plus 10 with you. Have you ever come to Australia? Have you been here?
No, not
Dude,
yet.
so when you might not be able to say if you know things are in the work, but just tell me, are we going to get some Lorna Shore soon? Come on, man.
I really hope so because I want to go to Australia. I want to try some Vegemite.
Oh, shit.
Don't. It's not that great.
Do it.
Oh, man.
There's way better Australian
a lot
things.
of things about it.
When you get to Australia, and we like to meet up with a lot of the bands and do a bit of stuff for the channel. We're going to have to get together like a bag of Australian.
We haven't done that
goodies.
before. We should do
we're
like
gonna, we're going to make you try a whole bunch of Australian delicacies.
Hook me up, dude, please.
Ones that are actually good.
I don't know when we're going to Australia, but I really hope it's soon because we were supposed to do it last year or this year, I guess. And then that got canceled for who knows how many different reasons. So we're just like, please, next time, don't cancel.
I feel like it is getting easy though, just in general. Like there was a good 6-month period where touring seemed to be like still pretty difficult. But in the greater scheme of things, it seems to be a bit more accessible and a bit more open. Like more and more bands are announcing tours. You've got more and more festivals being announced. So everything's crossed. We're gonna get you out.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, we just played with Parkway. They had very, very strict COVID restriction rules that they were just like nobody comes in the back area.
Yeah.
Nobody. You shouldn't go out too often. Or if you do, like try and stay away from people. And I mean, I guess I don't know. That just goes with everything coming back to normal. Yeah, I know everything was probably even more brutal in Australia. So.
We're actually like, there's pretty much zero restrictions here now.
Yeah, I think it's because they were screwed over so much, but they had to cancel like 4 major tours back to back. And because we were quite isolated over here, I think they have to be like extra strict on the rules, which while it's like a bit like party pooper, I fully get it, man. When your livelihood and you're trying to bring your music to people and it keeps getting taken away, I think you got to do everything you can to keep that going.
100%.
So what's the big things on the horizon for you right now? What are you most excited for, with the exception of 3 months at home?
I'm definitely excited to put out this album. I can't wait to see what like everybody actually thinks about it. Because you listen, we've had our own connection to this album since we made it. So we've listened to it 1,000 times. We've looked at it under a microscope a jillion times, and now we're just like, this is the moment where we're finally gonna go out there and put it out there and hope that people like it just as much as they like the EP.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So that's one thing. And I think we have a Christmas show that we're going to try and do. That's going to be cool. I think I'm going to dress up as Santa Claus.
Very nice.
You look a little like Santa. It's the beard.
I know.
It's coming through nicely,
man. Sick, as you can imagine. I hope we get a giant Christmas tree and I'm just there just maybe I'll have the Justin Bieber mic.
Oh yeah.
So I can just
like full boy band stuff.
Yeah.
take your sack and just chuck out presents to people.
Throw it at people. Exactly, dude. You already know where I'm going with this.
Johnny, you like horror. Has anyone ever done like a Santa Claus, but like Santa Claus, and they've got like horror style? Like, is that a thing that people have done? Because if not,
like
maybe Ice Nine Kills, maybe.
Yeah, of course.
If there's that Silent Night, Deadly Night movie. You could do that.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah. You could just be there with an axe and just chop people. Maybe not really chop them. That probably won't be that great for the band. Yeah.
Listen, I'm coming in as Santa Claus. Don't take this away from me. Okay. I want this. I'm ready. I want to see a picture of me with a giant white beard on my beardless face.
When we're done with this, I'll Photoshop something up for you.
Yes, dude, let's go.
You got like all those bands that used to do like Christmas songs. I want to hear Lorna Shore do a Christmas song like with all the full like jingly bells in the background.
You know what? You'd probably make it work really well too. Like do Carol of the Bells. Carol of the Bells. Man, that's my favorite Christmas song.
Dude, you just wait. We got some, I mean, you guys aren't going to be there, but we got some things planned. I'm sure you'll see it on YouTube. We're going to try and replace some of our own like instrumentation with like Christmas bells. So you could actually like, oh my God, this is Christmas. Let's go.
I feel like that would like the that fucking orchestral.
That could be a Black and Death.
That would be huge.
Sure. Yeah.
Easy enough.
I just got so excited.
Well, come to the US and then
I'm gonna have
check
to
it out.
Yeah, hell
Let's go.
Yeah, well, we're honestly, man, we are hoping that like you guys get some offers to come here soon. I can't imagine it's too far away because, like we've touched on already, the amount of views that you guys are getting on these videos is absolutely insane for Deathcore. Like it's just wild, man. Like,
I think we're bigger than we've ever been, and I honestly think Deathcore in itself is also doing a lot better. So it's not 100%. Just us; it's like everybody's killing it, and we're all just kind of waterfalling off of one another, and just we're doing good. But how I think Shadow of Intent is also doing fucking insane. You know what I mean? There's so many deathcore bands that are bigger now than I feel like deathcore in itself has ever been from when we were in our teens.
Yeah, I agree with that.
For sure.
I've seen the response on the channel when we've done stuff in that genre. It does seem like you have your diehard deathcore fans, but it does seem like you are almost like a gateway into that era, which is a really cool thing. Do you feel any pressure?
We're getting the normies.
Hell
yeah, dude, it's sick. It's go. I'm here for that. Listen, we got you. You don't even listen to this music.
Yeah, and I'm a normie. I'm a normie, baby.
That's a win. That's a win. Let's go. I want more of that.
All right, let's look. We're going to hit you with the questions that people really want to know. All right. So,
all right, let's go.
You've done a whole shitload of touring now, dude. If you had to choose only festival appearances or your own shows forever, if you had to choose one, what would it be and why?
Can our shows be arena shows?
You can do whatever you want to do.
See, that's a big, like, I don't know. I honestly, after playing I always thought festivals were the best because you get food, you get to meet a billion people. Makes me think about Warped Tour when I was a little teenager kid, trying to go check out metal bands and stuff. But I don't know, dude. That last arena thing that we just did with Parkway was insane. You would wake up and it went by so fast because it was the most comfortable tour that I feel like I've ever done. Like that tour was longer, twice as long almost as the festival run that we did, and it felt like it was half of that. You know what I mean? I was like, it went by so fast.
Shit,
honestly, if we could do that, and let's go. But if you're gonna put me back in our little 1500 cap, like 800, oh no, I'll go festival all day because I'm in there. I sweat like a beast. I just sweat, and when I'm stuck in this room and it's 1500 people in this room, the AC probably sucks, and you're just there, all of your clothes are soaking wet. I walk off of the stage like dripping, and I hate that.
Also, just like the next day, in fact, like putting on this stuff you've had on, it's just like wet and gross, and no one needs that.
Dude, you don't even know. It'll still be wet because you're like, all right, where are we gonna put the clothes to dry? I don't know. Let's throw them in the trailer. You throw it in the trailer, you hang it, obviously, and then you start driving. It immediately falls down, and then you come back the next day. It is still like just as wet and smelly, and you're just like, oh my God.
That's what someone needs to invent.
Rock star, I chose this.
Yeah. This is what my curse. Someone needs to invent something like that, like for traveling around, like boys in vans who are trying to have stuff, you need some sort of like system where it like hangs. Maybe it's like on the outside of the van, it's like clipped on, so as you're driving, it's like in the wind.
Or they
And it
need to
gets
get like
air
a microwave oven that's got like good airflow, like fan circulation for your clothes. You just put it in there.
It's a dryer. That's called a dryer. You need a dryer?
No, but like a mini
Welcome
one.
to
and you
Channel
can
with
just-
Nathan and the idiot.
Fuck.
And then,
I mean,
or they could even put like a little bottle
like
of water in
A
and it,
mini
washes
one,
it
like
for
a
you.
mini one, like microwave oven size. That's what I meant for the tour bus, for the van. You could just put them in there and go boop, 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 1 minute, just heats it up. Done.
I mean, they have those things. What the hell is it? Like if you go to like a spa, I don't know if you guys have it over by you, but like sometimes
yeah,
when
they
you're
put
done
the-
leaving the spa, you get like your shorts and you throw it in this machine and you close it and your shorts are dry in like 10 seconds. It's insane. It
never
only
seen
holds
this.
like one piece of garment, at a time. But
Does it
that's what we
like
need.
air dry or does it squeeze the water? How's that work?
I don't know. Honestly, it spins really fast, and I think it gives it a little bit of hot air, and it just
okay.
sucks all the air, all the water straight out. I'm like, this is actually like it is so much less dry or like more dry. Like you would be like shocked because now it's like
kinda
before
am.
where
I've
it
never
was
even heard of this
sopping wet.
before.
Yeah.
Dude, it's awesome. And you got to go to only like I guess fancy spas have it maybe,
See,
but
that's my problem. I'm not
over
going to
here, a
fancy
bunch of them.
spas.
It's not even that fancy. It's just everyone goes to this one, but they got it. It's so sick.
Yeah,
That's
what
what we
we're
need.
learning here is Will loves to treat himself.
Yeah, treat yourself, homie.
Listen, all we need is a place that has a washer and a dryer. That's it. If we could play a place if they have washers and dryers, forget about it. That'll be fine.
Talk to us. Do you have like a favorite tour memory? Now, I want to go for this is a two-parter. First, as like a teenager going to watch bands, like you said, going to Warped Tour and see the metalcore stuff, and then as an artist, have you got two memories there that like are really like transcend everything for you?
So for me, it was actually my first show that I ever went to when I was a little kid because I've never been to a metal show. I waited till I was like 16. I got introduced to the metal world like super late. And I finally ended up going when I was like 16 and I was like, all right, cool. And I remember it was at this place called Starland Ballroom by me, which is a huge venue. And I remember being in my mind, like, oh my God, there's so many people. Everybody knows the lyrics to these songs. I want to one day play this freaking venue. Granted, I still haven't played the venue, but I did guest vocals for Spirit Box at that place. So I was technically playing. It just wasn't for me. Yeah, it was cool. I just want to go and play for my own band now, and I think that would be like the money maker. And I'd be like, yes.
What was that first show?
It was Motionless in White. I don't remember who else was on it, but I remember them, and I was like, this is the sickest thing.
What was the first band you ever saw then that wasn't metalcore?
Honestly, probably King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. No, my first show ever is when I was 16, and that was
that was your first show
ever, like ever. And then, like if it after that, years went by, and actually no, it wasn't even King Gizzard. It was Tame Impala. Tame Impala was my first
cool
metal show.
That'd be a cool gig. Do you remember your first show?
Sick.
Was it the Beatles when they first came around? Sorry, I just have to tease him for being old.
My first show was actually Metallica.
Oh, that's a great first show.
It was
nice.
I think it was on the Load tour.
Yeah.
Wait, is that which one's got Fuel?
Yeah, Load.
Yeah. It was on that tour.
That would have been a great tour too.
Yeah.
Like off the back of the Black Album.
Yeah.
A
little like a fair bit after that, obviously. But like, yeah, my dad took me and two of my mates there, and I went in the pit. We jumped over the fence, went in the pit, the entertainment center, and I'm just like, there's just hair and sweat everywhere, and little like 15-year-old me's just going, what the fuck is this? And it was great. I haven't looked back since.
Yeah, dude.
It's the best. It's the best.
The worst times make for the best stories and the best memories for sure. So that's why I
100%.
love that one and Warped Tour as well. But my favorite like moment actually playing somewhere was on the festival run that we just did. I played with In Flames, and In Flames, if you know me, that is my favorite band in the entire world. And one of the first bands I actually ever listened to when I was getting into metal and still listen to this day. So when we got to play a show with them, still, dude, the last 3 songs they just put out,
phenomenal.
Make me feel like it's Clayman again, which is so sick because that was one of my favorite albums that they put out. But dude, like I cried. I have pictures of me standing like really far away, like in the VIP section. It was honestly really far away. I wish it was the VIP section was a little bit more immersed in the crowd.
You
But I
wanted the
remember just being there.
VIP. Yeah, that's a double.
See, that's where you got it.
Yeah.
I fucked up there. So I just went to the one that was like all the way on this side, like in the cliffs. I'm like, yeah, this is cool, but I don't know. Anyway, I remember just watching them and like sending pictures. The band's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, send them a picture of myself, and there's literally like tears just like running down my face, and I'm just like, I'm watching the show. Oh, that was the best. That was the coolest place we've ever played to because it was in a quarry.
Oh,
So
sick.
Whoa.
the quarry was full of water or half full of water. So they technically, it was like a super, super like green, like transparent, beautiful lake that you could swim in right there.
Wow.
And I got a little boat and I went on a little boat ride, a little rowboat. You can't really go far, but it was sick, dude. The water was
That's
like
wicked. Where was this?
ice cold. It was in Sweden.
Of course it
Oh,
was.
yeah. That makes
Sweden,
sense.
a beautiful scenery.
Dude, it was so cold, but I went for a swim anyway. I said, fuck it, I'm going to do this. It's going to be, and they had a sauna. So you go from the sauna, sweat like insane, sprint out of the door, jump into the lake. It was like 10 degrees Celsius or whatever the hell you would consider that. Yeah, it's like 10. It was like 40 or 50 Fahrenheit. It was very cold.
Yeah, that's cold.
I felt like my body was going into shock. I was like trying to breathe and trying to catch my breath, but like also swimming. So trying not to hyperventilate and die. It was
and trying to make sure that if anyone sees you, you still look metal.
Oh yeah,
they're all like crinkled up.
This ain't nothing, man.
Come on out, guys. You're like, Will, you don't look like you're having fun. I'm like, no, this is great.
No, this is great. This is
the thing is, you don't necessarily have fun when you're in there, but like the endorphin release when you get out, it's one of the best things. You're like, holy fuck, I did that. That was amazing. It's just such
exactly.
Time. What are you saying? The most of the times make for the best memories.
Hey, you've done a fair bit of touring now, and what has been like? You've probably gone to a lot of places you've never been before. What's been the one country you've gone to that's really blown you away in terms of both reception and the country itself? Like, what country have you been like, holy fuck, this is the one, I need to come back here?
I love Germany. Germany is one of my favorites. Every time we go to Germany, it is like everybody comes out. We've never had a bad show in Germany, and Germans like just love to get down with the music. Where like sometimes it's hard to gauge a crowd. You'll be like, dude, open up the mosh. I always start out the set and I say, all right, let's open up a mosh pit right here, get the gears going. You know what I mean? And you could tell immediately if the crowd is in, you know, and because they'll either do it and they'll start moving around in the pit, or they won't do it and they'll look at you like,
impress us.
Or they'll do it and then nobody will move in the pit, and now I just have this giant hole in the middle of the room and nobody wants to walk in it because that happened one of the last shows we just played, and I was just like, in my mind I was like, dude, if you're not gonna go in the pit, just close the pit and just come back over here, you know.
I've made a huge tiny error. Okay, now everyone, now close that pit up, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I was like, just kidding. You know what? I don't even want to pay anymore.
See, this is
Germany,
the issue.
Always on point.
This is the issue with you guys bringing so many normies in. They're like, they've never been to a Deathcore show before. They're like, he told us to open the pit. They all open the pit, and you haven't told them the next step, so they don't know. Yeah, they're just like, we did it. We did the thing.
It's part of the rules now. He's got to break it up. Here's what you're gonna do. You're not gonna pit up. You're gonna get a little bit wild. You're gonna kick each other in the face. It'll be fun. Don't worry about it.
Move one arm in this direction, the other arm in the opposite direction, you know, and then do one of these with your head at the same time.
You know what, dude? Like, you're a very animated guy. You got a lot of energy. I reckon, like, there needs to be like Will's hardcore moves, and you need to do instructional videos on how to hardcore dance. All the moves that you need in the pit.
I mean, I got some moves, but I know people from New York that got the real moves where it's like, I don't even want to approach this person, because if they accidentally like backflip onto my head, like I'm gonna be in pain.
Yeah, these are the guys that are like Chuck Norris fucking training in their garages for hardcore shows, like trying to do triple spin
just for the show.
And the thing is, they pull it off so well. You see them and they're doing these like roundhouse, like kick, and then that other leg swings around behind.
Yeah, man, shit's
Thinking,
wild.
man, it's kind of dark. I can't even see where I am, let alone twist in the air like that.
Oh yeah,
That's
100%.
Johnny's a bit of a mosh expert.
I used to like mosh back in my day. No, it's okay. So he keeps bringing up
You
this
the punch
fucking
the ground.
picking up the pennies. Yeah, yeah.
Just getting picked up off the ground.
Yes.
There was one time like I came out of mosh retirement, and Nathan loves that story because I just ran into the pit ready to go, and I just like got straight away clocked by a child. And
An actual child.
Yeah.
It was the best. Also, just because this was for, I don't know, did you ever listen to Evergreen Terrace?
Yeah, we actually just played a couple of shows with them back to back, which was really funny because we've never
Evergreen.
played with them.
Sick.
And Johnny was just getting so amped up. You could see, and the song came on, he loved. He's like, I'm doing it. 2 steps in, and this, honestly, he would have been 10, maybe 12. Just hit him. Johnny's just on his ass in front of us. The look of shock. Oh, it's burnt into my memory. I love it so much.
He was probably like, what just happened?
Dude, yeah.
It did happen pretty quick in your defense.
Yeah, it was very quick. All right, so we're going to give you some would you rathers, all right? Because this is the shit that people want to know. Every day for the rest of your life, right? You got to listen to one of these songs once a day. Creed with Arms Wide Open, Nickelback Photograph.
Damn, they're both really good songs. That's a hard song to choose. I'm gonna go with Creed. I just like how he goes, that weird freaking like, I don't even know. Nobody does that. But I mean, Nickelback. Actually, no, we got to go with Nickelback because I really did buy an entire Nickelback album and I really liked it. So
we back the back.
Yeah, we
really like
Nickelback.
Yeah, it's one of those
Let's
questions.
go.
I feel like the more we've done it, the more we've realized people just like, well, they're both actually great artists. It's just you've heard those songs a million times. I reckon. Okay, what about these two then? Smash Mouth All Star or Tub Thumpin' by Chumbawamba. Now,
I don't even know Chumbawamba.
It goes like this.
I get knocked down, but I get up again, and you're never gonna kick me down.
All right, I like that one. I'm not gonna lie, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too. We made that and be like, no one wants to hear that song. And I swear, since we've started saying it, I've heard that song 5 to 6 times a week. And every time it comes on, I'm kind of a bit happier. So
yeah, dude, that's a good song. In elementary school, you know how they have like chorus class or whatever. You have to do it, unfortunately. For absolutely, I don't know what reason, our teacher made us learn All Star for one of the little concert things, and I was just remember just doing it, and I was just like, dude, this is so lame. And now I just can't listen to that song again.
Yeah, fair. All right,
that's your answer.
Yeah, all right. So now you mentioned that you guys make music for Lord of the Rings movies, but do you choose Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Oh, what the fuck, man?
Okay, wait.
Sorry, guys.
No, I'm with you.
You guys are...
I'm Harry Potter.
No,
100%.
Lord of the Rings, bro, all the way.
It's because you're old as fuck. If you had to be,
come on,
Dumbledore or Gandalf, who would you rather be?
Ooh, I gotta go with Gandalf. He's pretty freaking sick. I'm not gonna lie. He killed the freaking what the hell is that thing in the mountain?
Yeah, what's it called?
Balrog.
Balrog.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. I feel like you guys have like similar sort of stage presence as well. Like if Gandalf was fronting it, yeah, very handsy.
Also similar beards.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
All right, then Santa and Gandalf.
All right, what do you
hang on? No, I don't want to move on from that yet.
Oh,
Gandalf does the fucking fire twirler. That shit's so badass.
Yeah,
that is sick. So that's why I do like Harry Potter.
I'd say
those Christmas scenes.
He also rocks the shit as a standard normie dude with a sword.
Yeah, right. I'm still going with Dumbledore. Dumbledore's a badass.
Nah, you're wrong, dude. You're wrong.
Dumbledore is like a mage, and Gandalf is like a battle mage. So
I reckon
we're gonna go Gandalf.
Yeah, but Dumbledore, I reckon you put him in a proper battle. He's a school teacher. He's looking after kids. He's bringing up the next generation. I reckon if he wasn't, that dude's fucking shit up.
All right, we gotta set this up. We gotta set this up somehow. What's that TV show where they get warriors of all throughout time, and they quote unquote fight to see who would be the one?
Surely there's
no.
something
Go on.
on YouTube about this.
No, you know what they need to do? Do you remember Celebrity Deathmatch, the claymation thing that they used to do? Did you ever see that? Dude,
What?
Dude, it was like claymation, Celebrity Deathmatch, and they had like artists like fighting each other. Dude, look it up. It's the sickest. I'll send you one later. It's so funny. Like they had like Marilyn Manson versus Hanson and shit like that.
I'm sorry,
It's
guys.
so
I
rad.
just looked up who would win between Dumbledore and Gandalf. In his prime, Dumbledore truly had no equal, and no one could best him in a wizarding duel. Gandalf is probably the most powerful opponent he'd ever face. However, Dumbledore would not go down.
No, cool.
That's the internet. The internet told me. You got to trust everything.
You know
on the
what?
internet.
I don't know anymore. I don't know.
All right,
I don't
dude.
know
Next
about
one.
that
Then.
internet.
All right, then. You've got to be in either the Marvel universe or Star Wars universe. What one do you choose, and who would you play?
Star Wars. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm not a big Marvel guy.
All right.
I never really got into superheroes like that. I don't know why.
That's
Okay.
I got into like anime, so that's my Asian superhero side. I like that.
Cool.
Who
Well, let's
are
see if
you
I was
picking in
supposed to-
Star Wars?
That's a hard question to ask.
We asked the hard questions.
Oh my God! What the hell is his name? Jar Jar Binks. I know he's not even actually part of Star Wars. He's just like that guy
I love
that
that,
everybody
yeah.
absolutely hated, but like I thought he was so funny. So like,
Have you
I was
seen-
gonna
I'm
say
gonna
like
say him.
I was gonna say you seem like you'd be like the comic relief character, but I don't think you'd be as hated as he was.
No,
Then
he
again,
was
maybe
hated,
it makes
hated.
I
it
never
makes
got
your
the hate on him.
redemption moment like much more impactful as well. Like when people like, oh, he actually came through and saved the day a little bit.
So you can't hate something without loving it a little bit. So
Oh,
as far as I'm concerned, Jar Jar Binks, dude, come on. I hated him.
cool.
Have you
I don't
seen?
know.
There's
I'm
like
gonna-
one of those internet conspiracy things, and it was talks about how Jar Jar Binks was actually a part of the Sith, and it like cuts to all these scenes where like he's obviously an animated character, so they had to make everything he did. He had to be like done, and it cuts to scenes, and it might be like it's focused on Anakin and like Obi-Wan talking and doing a thing, and then in the background something bad's happening, and Jar Jar Binks is like moving or saying something in the background, like sort of doing stuff. And they're like,
Weird.
he's actually a Sith Lord controlling everything. It's a really cool conspiracy. It's wrong, but it's super interesting to look into.
I love conspiracies like that. That's the best.
Yeah, so
All right. We got one more for him, the divisive one that we ask everyone that comes on the channel.
Yeah, you talked before about having like wet clothes when you get off stage. The next morning, you're going on, you're starting a brand new set, you're dry, you're comfortable, you're ready to rock. You've got to put on cold, wet socks or cold, wet underwear before you play. Which one do you pick?
Oh wow. Wow, that's a horrible. Both of them are really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say socks. I'm gonna say socks.
Yeah, you and I are friends.
Listen,
I like
if
that.
I feel like if it was underwear and it was like stanky, like are we talking like second day you're wearing it again, or it's just wet for some
And
reason?
it's not even your underwear; it's someone else's.
Oh no, dude! See, absolutely not. You know, you get there's bacteria in there. I don't mind. Like I'll put on a pair of socks 2 days in a freaking row, and they might smell horrible. But
But
I
they're
will
down
do
there;
that.
they're in your shoes. You know one's smelling them.
Yeah, look,
Exactly.
You didn't say that was someone else's underwear before. I'm not putting my junk in someone else's junk and all the junk juice mixing. Fuck that.
Junk juice. Fuck, I hated that.
I just think about, but what about if it was your own junk juice from the previous day? Then what happens? You got a freaking infection going on down there.
100%. That
absolute.
sucks. Yeah.
That's my nightmare. I will take a stinky foot
Yeah, all
all
right.
day and get my underwear and put them in the sink and
Yeah.
get them nice and clean, and then I'll put them on. If they're clean,
Put him in that
and
day
just
spa
wet,
thing, spins around.
exactly.
Yeah, they should get like a little
I'm
microwave
putting that
for
on the
clothes.
rider.
Yeah.
Imagine
Put that on
that.
the rider.
Get in the green room. There's just this little spinny thing. Oh, that'd be amazing.
4-wheel.
I would want it to be huge. I want it to be like so big that like everyone's just like, what the hell? Why is this here?
Makes a
It's
ton
in
of
the way.
noise. Yeah.
It's in the way. It's so loud. It gets everything so hot, and it's literally so you can dry one piece of
Amy's going to his
clothing at a
head.
time.
Fame is he's going to be like the David Lee Roth, and he's going to ask for only green M&Ms or something.
I like the priorities. That's exactly what I want to hear. None of this yet. No brown M&Ms in the trailer. He's got his own. He's hygienic. Will's the man of the people. He's giving them what they want.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Thank you,
dude. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, man. Like big fans. We've loved checking your stuff out on the channel, and you every time you guys drop something, the amount of comments we get. New Lorna Shore, new Lorna Shore, new Lorna Shore.
Yeah.
So it's just a testament to how hard you guys are working and, you know, how great you guys are going. So this has been a real pleasure, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. I had a great time with you guys.
Legend. All right, let's speak soon, dude.
I'll see you soon.
See you, dude.